Hello everybody, this is Sonia. I am in a bit of a kerfuffle, okay? If you don't know what that means, just look here. Now, I've been doing bits and pieces over the years, because I've done these in the past years, this sort of thing and this sort of thing here, which I've fastened to that today, that I did yesterday. I think that looks really cool. The only thing is, what do we do now? But I've also been doing sort of stuff here. So when I say sort of stuff, I have been trying to get together things to make the dangles out of, to make these a bit more interesting. And by what I've done here, I think that's pretty basic. I reckon I need something in between these two things. But I've put rings on the ends of them, so it's not a thing. You just need another ring on the end of that to get hold of it, I suppose. You could use it as it was, or you could just keep hanging bits on there, right? Then I tried the idea of putting beads in between a few of them, right? Now that'll work, but I've got to have the right thread, because if you've got something too stiff or too thick, it's not going to go through your needle and your bead. Might go through one or the other, but it's not going to do both, so that's quite annoying. So that's good. Lots of good bits of stuff there that I thought I could use, but that's not going to work. So then I've gone to this, which is a very fine thread, and it's a what's the name one? So that idea is good if you want to hook it onto a bit of chain or something. This looks a bit like somebody sat on it. It looks like squished. If they wanted to go together like that. So these are the balls that I started out with, these little things. They look really cool, like them. So this is what I did yesterday. One of them I didn't do it on the camera. So I'm going to try now today and see if I can turn this into something that I want to that'll work. Okay, so we'll have a piece of thread, but we're only going to use a couple. Should be strong enough, because nobody's going to be swinging off it, I hope, hanging off the edge or anything. So let's just do one thread, and just see what happens. We'll just pull one through. Well, that just seems pretty flimsy, doesn't it? Seems pretty flimsy. But I intend to have this all covered anyway, so that's the idea. I want it all covered anyway. Righto. So what I want to do first is put one of these crimps over the end. Now I might make this thicker. That's just too thin. And because this is very soft compared to this other thicker thing that I was trying to thread, this might work better for me to do it in more than one strand, okay? That might work better. I might even be able to thread it through here, which then I won't be able to take that through anything because it'd be too big. I'm not through this anyway. Okay, let me see. Righto. I'll just better fix this, my hand here. My fingernails decided to break off now and get caught in everything. Sorry about this. I'll just have to cut that off there out of the way. I'm Sonia, I'm in Australia, and today, Jeremy was just informing me, today we have our street parade in the town, which is very early if you ask me, but I suppose that's what they want to be doing. And it just so happens that the street parade was, on the day that the street parade was held, 28 years ago, 38 years ago, no 20, about 38 years ago, was the day that we met, Jeremy and I first met. We weren't at the street parade when we met, actually. We went to go to the street parade and neither of us ended up there. So we ended up together and been ever since. But anyhow, so that's a bit of information for you. Now, this thing that I've put through there is a crimp. But how am I going to take my needle off it? Oh, you're so clever, Sonia. You're not going to be able to take your needle off there. You've got to go through there that way, and then you're going to have to come back through here this way, right? Can you see what I'm doing? I hope so. So that I've got a loop. So I've got a nice little loop now. Well, thank goodness I've figured this out. So then you get your pliers. You need a loop, something that's reasonable, so you can get other things. So you can put it on things, I should say. And then you just squeeze that down, that flattens that. Mostly we do that with wire and things, but it should work with a thread. And let's pull them through there. Squeeze it a bit better, Sonia. Yeah, so, anyway, a lot of the schools have pulled out of the parade today because it's going to be 38 degrees. So today, which is going to be the hottest I think there's been so far this part of this year. I don't know about the beginning, I can't remember that. I'm giving it it's not going to come out, I'm not letting it. Okay, so that's that bit. Now we can probably thread the needle. It might happen to go through the rest of the things I've got, I hope so. Let me just try this for the look. Yes, that works. Okay, so now I can find out what I can do with this nice yellow piece. And I should have probably made another one to go with it, and I will in a minute. We can't just put one thing on. Look at that, isn't that fantastic? Something we've done. This is really not good to work with this stuff, but it's good when you get it, when you can do it. It's good when you can do it. Anyway, so yeah, so we haven't been to the, I don't think we've ever been to the street parade. Ever. In all these years that we've been married, I don't think we've ever been. Maybe, maybe not, but I don't think we ever have went back. Anyway, never seen it in the first place. Right, now, I've got lots of different bits and pieces that I can put over the ends of this. The other one I did with a straw that I showed you yesterday. I made this by putting a straw through there. Now, to stop this from going skew whiff and wiggling about, this cap, this bead cap thingy, right, which it would have done anyway, I actually put a bead in there first. I put a bead under it. This one I will do that too, but I'm thinking about using this little bead, this little flower for something different. Or we could do a silver one here that I'm not a big fan of, but I don't have a... Now that looks okay, doesn't it? Righto. So what I want to do first, now that I've got me little loop, so the closest thing to the top of the loop, I'd like it to be a bead. Okay, so we'll do a bead, and I like these here. This here colour, this is a bluey colour. They're only acrylic, but they look fine. Now, to put this thread in there is going to be a bit tricky, I'd say. To go up in through the hole. I think that's going to work for me today. We'll give it a try though. I'm going to have to wet that. It's silly to do that because it makes it thicker. But we can't help ourselves sometimes with these things we do. Sorry if I wasn't in the shot. I just realised I was not in the shot. Yeah, okay. Okay. We're just going to cut this off shorter so it's not so... Which is probably not a good idea because you don't want it to be too short. You want it to be... You know what I need to do? Put some glue around it and that'll make it stiff. It'll also hold it too, I think. And I was going to do that. Where is it? Before I put it into the bead. I'm not trying to make this look so hard for you, I promise. It's just working out that way. But it's all good fun, you know, because we're not doing anything that's too, I don't know, technical. I don't know. Something. We're not doing anything that's not fun, because all this is good fun. Now look, see, that went through there and it's got a bit of glue on it. So hopefully it's going to stay there for me. Right, that's going to stay there for me. And I'm going to put on, I think I'll go with this gold one. Now these are like this to start with, these bead caps, and I straightened this out to make it flat. I flattened it out a bit so it'll look a bit, sit down a bit better on the top of the bead. Righto, now this goes in that way, right, so that you've got the, oh dear, that's wrong, Sonia, you put it in there wrong, you did, go back out, take it back out. Now, because it needs to go over the top of the bead like this, it's got to go through here this way. No, it's got to go through here this way, right, so that the back of it is onto there, like that, and then we're going to put a bead, which I'll use something, okay, well, have I got a white one sitting here somewhere? I suppose I could use one of these gold ones anyway. I'll put a gold one in there. Then I'm going to thread this through here. Now it's going to work without the, what's the name in it? Without the straw, because the other one I made with a straw in it, remember? So this will work without the straw in it. And it sits flat, just the right size on the top of there. So I'll put another gold one on. But I'd rather make them with the straw. You don't have to roll the straw around it, because I never went through any of the felt when I was doing that. I just went straight through the centre. I could feel it didn't get caught on any of the felt, okay? So this one goes like this. There you go. And that's going to push on the end. And if it's got the little bead in it, I think it stops it from moving backwards and forwards, because, and it'll get out of whack, you know, if it did that. So let's put a couple more of these on, these blue ones. There we go. That doesn't look too bad, does it? It looks really cool. I like that. And then I can go with, I like the idea of this one. So we'll put maybe a gold one on there. And where have I got more of those? Here's one. This one. I can put this on it. I'm just going to push it out with my hands because it's not that hard. Straighten out these things. Well, probably shouldn't have, but I'm going to put it on the end. Squeeze it round it a bit. And all we're going to do is, when we get to the end, is figure out, I might have one of these. These are like a, it's not going to fit through, gold one. This one will go on. Is it filigree, they say? This here, it's really holy. Won't go through that bead, won't go through that thing though. And this one, righto. How's that look? Probably like that should be up the other way. This bit should be up the other way. No, I'm going to have that. Now, how am I going to stop that coming off there? Because if it was wire, we could do that with wire and fasten it. But I suppose I could do it the same way I did this bit. I thought about putting a tassel on the end of it. But I'm thinking I need to turn this around the other way. I don't know if I'm actually showing you anything today, but we're just doing crafting for Christmas, aren't we, really? Just doing a bit of Christmas crafting. I'm still doing shopping. I put another thing in me. Oh, I did another bit of a team move. No, wrong. I keep doing that. I did some team move. I'm making another team move parcel up. I won't get to you before Christmas because I went on. You shouldn't watch YouTube. I went on there and I seen that these people had bought these things, and I thought, oh dear, I'm gonna have to get one of them from Margot. So I've gone and ordered that. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Maybe you'll see it one day. Okay, so that I like. That's better, isn't it? Look like that, looks better. It's beautiful. Now we want to put something on here to stop this from going somewhere, please. So let's put this on, and I hope I can fasten one of them things on this, one of these crimps on here to stop that coming undone. Or should I go back up through here? Oh yes, probably should do that, Sonia. Yes, away. Go back up through there. This will keep it on there, won't it? Yeah, if I can just get it to go through. Right. Don't ask me what I'm going to do when I get to the top, because I don't know. I got no idea what I'm going to do when I get through to the top. I get back up there. It's pretty cool. Hopefully I'm going, well, I am going out shopping tomorrow. By June I am going out shopping tomorrow. It's going to be hot and it doesn't matter. Better than me being cold. Sick of being cold. I'm itchy. Oh dear. Okay, got that through there. Gotta be careful with this thread because it's very, very flimsy, isn't it? I'm going to squeeze this. If I think that that's tight enough, it's got to have a little bit of movement in it, hasn't it? I can just squeeze that like that. Now, come up through the last one. Okay. Sonia, are you lost by any chance? Where's one of them things? Here it is. I'll get one of them crimps and go through there again, make 2 loops this time. I've got 2 loops. I'll have 2 loops. And that doesn't matter, does it? I'll make the same size if I can. Now I'll figure out a different way and a better way to do this, I'm sure, but for the time being, this is what we're getting. Okay. I'm sure you might come up with a better idea too. Why it would have been a better idea, but I don't have it handy here today. What am I doing? Come on. It's the same length. No. Well, this is a shambles, isn't it? Squeeze it and shut and see what happens. Okay, so it's a bit wonky. It's a lot wonky. You know what? I know now what I should have did with it. Where is it? I'll undo it. Well, to get those off, I reckon you just cut it. You get it and squeeze it back the other direction, and it should come out. It should come out. There we go. All right, got it. Okay, now I know what I'm going to do with this. By gee, I do. I told you it'd come to me, I just didn't know when, that's all. This is going to take a minute, but... I'm going to sew this around here, aren't I? Maybe not, because it's very flimsy. It's very... Oh, it's wiggling and moving and everything, you know. Don't try this at home. Unless you really, really want to. Where's something to put in that to make that... I don't know if it's not big enough. I need a pencil. That's not thick enough either. Oh, goodness me. I'll get something here in a minute. That'll work. And I'm going backwards. So I'm doing I'm putting a loop around here. I won't say what this is called because I don't think it would be. It's just one of those. It's going around here. He's just doing like a... So the neighbour was telling Jeremy, he doesn't really talk to the neighbour at all, but she was out there and she told him that she got belted up last night. She went out to put the bin out, and she said to him, "Did you hear or not?" Well, let's go back a bit. I was up about 3:30 because I had to go for a little walk, and when I went back to bed, I said to Jeremy, I heard a really bad big noise outside, like it felt like... to me it sounded like somebody slammed the car door or hit the fence really hard or something, you know. That was what I thought it was. Anyway, I won't let him get up and go out there. I don't think he was up for that. He was, you know, pretty much sleeping. Wasn't really wanting to go outside. And anyway, she said to him, because he went out there to water, and she said, "Did you hear a noise last night?" And he said, "Oh, Sonia said she heard something." And he said, "But I didn't hear anything." And she said, "I went out to put the bin out." Now, this was at 3:30 in the morning. And she said, and somebody belted her upside the edge. And she said that, and that's not good, is it? I mean, then they went against the fence or something, and anyway, they took off over the fence and went up over the back. Now, that's not a good thing. And she said she called the police. Now, for anybody going around the house at that hour of the morning, you know, it's not a good thing, is it, really? Do I call this a fail or what? Do I say that I failed at this? I don't want to have to say that, but I'm getting close to it. Anyway, so, well, you know, like he said, he didn't hear nothing, but I don't know what I heard. I don't remember hearing anything like that. And then after I woke him up, I said to him, well, he had to help me get back into bed, and I said to him that I heard a noise outside, like somebody slammed the door, and so he was awake, and I was, and we never heard anything after that. So I don't know what's going on, but I think she said to Jeremy that I think she might have come there looking for someone else. But oh dear, I don't think I'd be outside sneaking around. Well, I wouldn't be. Nobody would be outside that hour of the night anyway. She must have forgot to put the bin out or something. It's a bit late to be doing that. The bin man doesn't come till in the morning, so she should have got up at 5 o'clock or something. But anyway, none of my business. Anyway, you've got to be careful. You just, you don't know what's out there, do you? I have a few people going around pinching things, I know, around Christmas time because they just want to take other people's stuff because they couldn't buy their own or something, but I don't think that was what happened. I don't think they took anything. Although she did say, Jeremy said something about you should put the camera up on the corner of the house or something. And she said, oh, it doesn't work. She said, somebody cut the cord off. So, well, it doesn't deter people anyway. To be honest, it doesn't. They still would do it. And all you get to do is see them taking whatever they're doing. Well, I don't know about that. I hope I haven't made you lose faith in my ability. Because I don't think I was a very good job of that. I should probably reconstruct that somehow, shouldn't I? I'm going to have to look into that because I can't leave all them pretty things in this mess. I really can't. I really can't leave all them pretty beads in all this mess. The only thing I should have did was probably tie up the piece of cotton. Should have just tied it up there, and that would have worked, and I wouldn't have had all this that I'm going to have to take undone after, but I'm going to put you through that. So anyway, today I'm going to show you how to make one of those. That is one of them. I can't even remember what this is called now. I've got no idea what this is. Now, would this be big enough, this piece here? Because it's the first thing I can see to pick up. It's something to do with how you sew it together, okay? Now, it's 25 minutes that he's been here with me, and I don't think I got anything to stuff this with anyway. But I'm going to show you, I think I am, how it's made, I think. Let's see if we can remember. And here goes the bin man now. See, she would have been able to come out there at this hour and did this. What have I done with me cotton? There's one here, but it's a bit thick, but it's okay. It'll work. It'll work. It will work. Well, the first thing I failed, this thing I said, this probably won't work either for me, you know, because I don't know if I remember how to do this. I know you start out with 2 pieces of flat fabric and then you do stitch around. It's probably a bit bigger than what I need it to be, but I don't know what I'm going to do about putting filling inside this, because I don't think I've got any handy. I'm just going to do some stitches across there. They are lightning ones, aren't they? If you've been here before, you know that my channel, I talk about that because that's what my mother called my stitches one time. They were too big and felt like they were going to just not work at all. Anyway, so this is going to have to be sewn together so that goes over there. Right, that's not right, is it? We'll see when we get around the corner. Okay, it's only got to have 3. I bet you are all laughing at this, and if you say I don't blame you, because I would be too. So I can't remember now what I'm supposed to do here. You know? Can anybody tell me what I'm supposed to do here? Must have to go another one. Do we go another one? If I went another one, how would I come up with this? A seam, a seam, a seam, and across them between them 2 seams. Righto. Do you have to? Righto. Don't laugh. Stop it. Stop it now. Everybody stop it now. Does that go like this? Does that go like this? I think it does. Anyway, let's do this and see what happens. So it goes like that. Well, I hope I'll be able to come on here and just talk to you and do a bit of something while we're, you know, before Christmas, and just get a bit of something done, you know. I'm going to have to turn this the right way first, don't I? You can't sew this up with it inside out. I mean, you can't do the next bit until you turn it the right way. If the next bit's going to be right. Do you think it is? Anybody tell me? Then I'm going to turn this through. I had a bit of a trouble with my feet last night because they were really hot. And so I sat up last night and I made another 2 or 3 shuffle puffs. And in the dark, I did them in the dark. And I should have cut those corners off there, shouldn't I? I did them in the dark with the torch. And I have a touch light lamp, but it's only very slight. So you'd have to fill it with stuff first. Just imagine that I did. Then I'm going to put the 2 seams together on this side. Do I see any filling? No, of course not. I often get Joey to bring some out for me because I want to have it here handy, but I think I took it inside again. What the heck have I got here? Why isn't that nice? Why is that pulled like that, Sonia? This stitching is not very good, is it? You imagine that this has got something in it, okay? I've got some bits of material here I could probably push in there. But I was going to use that for something else. This way. Those two seams go together with those two seams. And then you've got that shape, see? Whatever that is called, righto. But you need to put filling in it. You need to cut your... You know what, I seen... Somebody was talking about the other day that if you do cut around your corners, or when you're cutting out something with your pinking shears, that the corners will turn better. But I think that's a bit too small to do this with. We're looking at something else completely different, Sonia. So I'll cut them off because I will fill this and I will make that into something. It's got a little bird on it. So on here we can put some beading, and we probably need a bit of embroidery as well. What do you think? So you need to bead, and I don't mind putting a bit of embroidery on things because it's helpful. It gives it some sort of it gives it a nice look, doesn't it? It's a bit yellow, doesn't matter. Yellow's a good colour. Now I want to take, I'm going to hide me underneath bit, my knot thing. So you can decorate this up with stitches. I'm going to pull that through. I'm going to do a back stitch. So it'll hold, I hope. I hope it'll hold. Now, okay, I'm going to do a bit of stitching on this. Probably would have been better if I did a different colour, but I'm quite liking this. Is okay. I think this is alright. It'll work, won't it? You know what I should do? Make a flower. Okay, let's undo that. Let's make a flower in a different colour. We want something that we're going to use. I have a bad habit of doing things and then going, oh, I don't think I like that. So therefore then it doesn't get into the into things that you do, you know. It doesn't get in there. I have got so much stuff that I've made to put in my work, but I use some of it sometimes. I use up some of it. I'm going to put a knot on that. I'd like these corners out a bit better, but I think that might have to wait. That might have to wait. There's a bit of filling falling out the hole. Now, let's do this. I wonder if I can get that knot to go through there. I did. There you go. Just don't pull it too hard because you don't want to go the rest of the way. Right. One little bit of a daisy bit. Whoops, that's probably the knot. I don't know. Could have been just a bit of... Hope you can see this. Yeah, I suppose it's going to be an afternoon of hanging out inside with hubby in the hot, I guess. And that's okay. Because we won't be able to go out if it's going to be that. It's not bad in here now, it's really good inside actually, because I don't have a lot of the house open because the hot will get in. As soon as you open it, all that hot air comes hooting through the door, and it's not a good thing. Because then you've got to try twice as hard to cool it down. I'll do another one around here. It looks like fun. Will I put it there? Or I can't because I've started that. There's no such thing as you can't. Do a tiny one. Do a little flower. And then you've got something pretty to fasten things onto, Sonia. Where did that come out at? Why? There's so many things that I need to do and I want to do. I want my sewing to be done. I'm going to start that next year. You'll be able to see me put some of that work together that I've made, I hope. I hope I'm going to be able to do that because I might be feeling better, I hope, and able to get that done. And if I'm not in pain because it'll be summertime, because winter time's not my best time of the year, I'll be able to sew some of those all them good things together that I've been making. I've got so many of those crazy patchwork pieces. I want to make them up into things. I think I might have enough to make this last flower, I hope, or this one, because we can just then start to add some beads, because that'll be a video, I think. We're gonna I don't do any shorts. A lot of people do. I don't like them. I don't like them. I'd rather see the people doing the thing. You know, I'd rather see the video of it. You know, the YouTube shorts. I don't like them. I just feel that you've been, I don't know. I can't understand why people do them, because I know they might make money and, you know, but I think it's not very, I don't know, not very interesting to me. It's that's just my thoughts. It's just like people can't concentrate for any more than 5 or 10 minutes on something, so they go and watch them, I guess. That's what my thoughts are on it. I suppose it's not necessarily true, but that's how I feel about it. I just don't think they're very good at all myself. I don't know, a lot of people make them, but they're not one of my favourite things. I get really disappointed, especially when there's a channel that you watch a fair bit. The next thing they're only doing is short. The only thing they're doing is shorts. But anyway, that's my bitching for the day. I think that's enough. Don't mean to, but we have an opinion, and sometimes we can share it, can't we? It just depends, I suppose, on things and stuff. Let me see, what have I got in here? I'm going to go down to this one here, I think. Don't spill anything on you. Okay, so this has got some goodies in it, because I put these in here when I'm thinking, oh, you know, I'm going to use a few things, so I'll just grab a bit out of each, and then I go, it's like a bead soup thingy, sort of. Yeah, like, yep. I think it might be like a bead soup thingy. I'm going to get this, a different colour bead for in the centre. I like those, and I like these. So let's see which ones will work for me. I've got a knot in me cotton, and I'm going to come through here and try and hide it. Yeah, I'll put a bead in the middle of the flower first. Got him. Okay. Yellow one? Yeah, why not? So I would put these on the strings too. I think, well, I do know that Annie, who is arty-farty Annie, who is Annie Chambers, has done this sort of thing last year maybe as well. She did. That's broken. I'll get another one. Oh, there's a What's wrong with the beads? They're all squished together. I think I've got too many of them out now, I think. Anyway, so that's that. And we'll put on some sequins now. Will that look alright with that one on? Yeah. Oh dear, looks like eyes. But that doesn't matter, does it? Don't worry about that. When I put a lot on there, they won't look like eyes at all. Oops. I was supposed to go back through the... Oh dear. I was supposed to go back through the thing. Through the bead. And not the sequin, so... No, now go through the sequin, not the bead. Go over the bead, through the sequin. There we go. I'll put a purple one on this one. No hole in that. Bead. Wait a minute. Then you've got to go over the bead. Yellow one. I think my husband's out there clearing out his shed or something. It sounds like. Actually, I know what he's doing. He's actually moving out some bits of timber and that he's had out there for a while. He said he had to go and get rid of some of it, but... And then, when you do that, sometimes you figure you should have kept that because you might need it. But anyway, I hope that doesn't happen to him. He's not very keen on doing things with timber. He'd rather use the steel than timber. I'm going to really cover this with these. I am. I'm going right over the top with it. There's lots of these on. It'll look good. Another orange one. This colour. Orange one. And this colour here. Okay. Okay, so something's gone a bit dodgy here. Look at that. Why is that one hanging by a thread? Not a very good thread either. Okay, that's a good one. Pull it up. Maybe you should have pulled it tighter as you were going. It's only because now you're going to have this thing where everything's a bit loose. Where's that one going to? Alright. Where's this one here come from? Over here? What about this one? I suppose it's the first one. It's not gonna... It's coming over this way. Alright. Got you. Now. Which one now? Here. Now I'm mucking this up a bit too, aren't I? Ah, dear myself. Ah, crikey, Sonia. Gotcha. Now all I've got to do is figure out how to get that one. Yeah. Now have I got it now? Have I got it this time? There we go. I did. Now that's not going to muck about with that anymore, am I? Don't let it go loose, for goodness sake. Or you get yourself into a kerfuffle like I just did. Anyway, I suppose I better go. I don't think I have to do more shopping on the internet. I've got to do some up the street tomorrow. I'm sort of excited, but not about going tomorrow. I'm a bit worried about it, which is so silly. I mean, you know, I've been before for a while, but I don't know about this long without going out though. I feel not good about being stuck inside all this time. But I have a wonderful husband that has been looking after me, and he won't let me go out by myself for the first time, so I'm going to have to let him go with him. So, I mean, I'll be all right. I've been driving that thing for years. Not that one, but the other one I was on at it for 9 years. That make some back stitches here, and hopefully them things don't come loose. We don't want that to happen, do we? Right. I'll tie that off in a minute. Anyway, that's going to be one of those little